Good evening, student. Welcome to Carol Anjar IS. I hope my voice is audible to everyone. My voice is audible, and you all seen my shared screen. My shared screen is visible to everybody. It's audio, and my screen is also visible. All is okay. Good evening, Lida, Manishji, Shivangi. Welcome everyone to Carol Anjar IS. And in today's session, we are going to discuss about last year Prelims 2020 GS Paper 1 analysis. Now there is this a very big question: why this analysis after 5 or 7 months of already exam 20 exam conducted in a month of October? So why this analysis again? I means going to take after the means 7 month. So there is a big reason behind this. Okay, what big reason? I will explain here. So this session is presented by me, Praveen Chauve. I'm the Faculty of Geography, Environment and Current Affairs, Cardiology IS. Okay, so let's start our session. Okay, so before going to start a session, a very big announcement to all students, as most of you know very well, that this year prelims exam that was going to be held on 27th June 2021, 27th June 2021. Now this exam will be is postponed, and it will going to will be held on 10th October 2021. Okay, now this is a very big announcement and a relief for those students who have not able to prepare very well because of some of the reason. Now you have a 4 months in your hand. Okay, 4 months in your hand for prelims 2021. And those who are going to appear for this year prelims exam, for them 4 months in means left. You can utilize this 4 month by solving more MCQs. Okay, a lot of practice you should do. Okay, and along with what you will do, you should also focus on your optional paper. Okay, now you have a time, so you can do a test series. You can join any test series, mains test series. Okay, for GS test series. So first 2 months, okay, like a month of May, June. Okay, main a month of May, June, you can give entirely for answer writing practice. Okay, answer writing for mains answer writing practice. This also include your optional paper. You can also join a test series for optional paper, or if not, you have to join any of the institute. What you will do, just solve the past year question paper. Okay, for your optional paper and GS part. So this is how you can able to manage your time, and you will able to sustain your preparation till October 10th October 2021, because due to exam postponed, many of the students are upset. They have means motivation behind for preparation of UPSC exam is now decreases. So how you can in means maintain your motivation or maintain your preparation at the same level by do other activities like mains answer writing practice. If you will do mains answer writing practice, example for a GS paper, then obviously your conceptual clarity, factual information will be a more strengthened, and that will ultimately help you in prelims exam. Okay, so this 4 month is a golden opportunity, and you have to learn from last year prelims paper, because this was the same thing repeated last year also. Exam was about to held in month of May, but it was postponed, and conducted UPSC conducted last year prelims on 4th October 2020. So the same pattern, same thing means repeated this year also. That's why last year question paper will be a very means you can say a very big means advantage for you. You can able to understand the paper very well. You should understand the level of question, what question they had asked from each and every subject, and what should be the strategy for this year, or those who are going to appear for next year prelims 2022. For them, this session is very very useful. Okay, so this is one announcement that exam will be held on October 10, 2021. Okay, now most of you know very well about the prelims exam pattern. Okay, so let me explain once again about this prelims exam pattern. In prelims, this is entirely objective. Okay, objective in nature. So there will be a two paper, GS paper 1 and GS paper 2. So each GS paper will have the same marks. Total marks will be 200 marks. Okay, and number of questions will be different. Means in GS paper 1 you will see 100 question, and in CSAT, this is most famously known as CSAT paper. GS paper 2 is known as CSAT. A total number of 80 question. Okay, so each question in GS paper 1 will be a 2 marks, and here each question will be a 2.5 marks. And negative marking, you see in both the paper will have a negative marking. But there is very big difference among this, that CSAT paper is entirely a qualifying in nature, and cutoff that prescribed by UPSC means whether you will able to qualify prelims. Okay, minimum marks required for qualify exam, that UPSC every year decide, that is called cutoff, that is based on your GS paper वन. तो GS पेपर वन के अकॉर्डिंग कट ऑफ डिसाइड होता है हर साल. ओके, ये समझने वाली बात है यहाँ पर. Now, further important point here is that marks obtained in CSAT or GS paper 2 will not be counted for prelims ranking. Okay, means prelims qualifying means whatever, if you out of 200, if you are scoring 180 marks, then only 66 marks is required here to qualify prelims. Only 66 out of 200 marks, 66 marks is required. If you are scoring more than 66 marks or 66, then you are in a safe zone. You have to more focus on GS paper 1. Okay, so every year, cutoff is changed. Like last year cutoff was 98 marks. Okay, now what about the prelims cutoff? This is a very big confusion among the student about the cutoff marks, कि क्या cutoff marks same रहता है या cutoff कैसे change होता है हर साल, और किस चीज पे डिपेंड करता है cutoff marks change होने का. So the prelims cutoff marks refer to minimum marks required. Okay, this is the minimum marks required to qualify exam. Okay, so it's a minimum marks to qualify for the mains. Okay, means you have to just qualify 33% marks in CSAT, and this cutoff marks change every year depending upon the performance of the candidates and the number of vacancies. Okay, for example, every year that vacancy is not the same. Every year vacancy may be 900 vacancies, some year vacancy may be 750. So it is depend on a number of vacancies and performance of the candidate. Is the performance of the candidate further depend on means level of questions, what type of all question you will find in GS paper 1. Okay, so you see a cutoff marks for last 5 year cutoff marks I mentioned here. See, from 2016 and 2016, general cutoff marks was 116. Then in 2017, general cutoff marks was 105.34, and you see in 2018 it was 98. 2019 it was again 98, and most of the candidate means saying that this will be 101 or 105. This is the range of cutoff marks. So it entirely depend on the level of performance of the student in these papers, and number of vacancies. कितना vacancy हर साल उसके ऊपर भी depend करता है cutoff. So cutoff marks every year change. Okay, it's not the same everywhere. And this is mentioned here that all cutoff marks of all the 5 categories like general, economically weaker section, OBC, SC, ST, सबका cutoff marks दिया है. So cutoff marks is not the same every year. Okay, it depend on performance. Now you know very well about the syllabus. This is important to discuss syllabus, because most of you know that syllabus. This is a history, geography, polity is your syllabus, but many of you not able not know exactly in detail about what syllabus is in for you prelims exam. तो यहाँ पर syllabus मैं पूरी तरह से discuss कर रहा हूँ. Okay, means syllabus include your current events of national and international importance. Very important means you have to know the current affair both for international and national importance. What will become under national importance and what will become under international importance? This is a very big question. How you can say it's a national importance current affair, and how you can say it's an international importance current affair? So national importance current affair, any government schemes, welfare programs, okay, any science and technology policy, government policy regarding space technology, government policy regarding welfare of weaker section of society. Okay, that will be a national importance. Unemployment related poverty alleviation programs. Okay, financial inclusion program. Okay, whatever the banking sector reforms government will bring, that entirely will become a national importance. And international will be like any international agreement based on climate change, any international agreement that talk about women empowerment, any international agreement that talk about the climate change and sustainable development programs. So that will be international importance where India interest is directly involved. Okay, in current affair, international importance, you have to focus on where India's interest is directly involved. That current affair will be important for you. Okay, and rest of the topic you know very well, that history of India and Indian national movement. Okay, then Indian polity and governance. Okay, did not means Indian polity and governance, constitution, political system, panchayati raj, public policy, and right issues. Similarly, economy, you have to study about economy and social development, sustainable development, poverty, inclusion, demographic, social sector initiatives, and India and world geography. So you can download first. See, before going to appear for prelims exam, you must know the syllabus in detail. If you don't know the syllabus, then you must see the syllabus more than 10 times, because each and every word that is mentioned in the syllabus is will be help you to means cover such topic from current affair also and from your textbook also. For example, here mentioned about the sustainable development. Now whatever news that is related with the sustainable development will be important for the prelims exam, क्योंकि ये syllabus में clearly mentioned किया sustainable development, poverty, any government scheme related with the poverty or any international report that talks about the poverty level in India, inclusion, okay, like financial inclusion or inclusive growth, any of the government scheme that talking about inclusive growth, financial inclusion, that will be important for you. Demographic means about the population of our country, about the census report, okay, right, demographic dividend. We are talking about education of youth, skill development programs of youth, okay, which provide a human capital, a proper human capital in our country for the further economic development. So that will be important. So you have to means apply your brain here, and a little bit you have to do a guess and read while reading a newspaper. You have to understand the syllabus. If you know the syllabus, then you can know the topics very well, and you can able to make a notes also. You can able to read that news in a proper manner. Okay. Similarly, in geography, you have to study about India and world geography, physical, social, economic geography of India and the world. Then environment, general issues in environment, ecology, biodiversity, climate change, and general science. And this is the topic of CSAT paper. CSAT paper, you have to study comprehension, logical reasoning, analytical ability, decision making, problem solving, general mental ability, basic numeracy, numbers and their relation, order of magnitude, data interpretation, charts, graph, tables, data sufficiency, etc. Okay, now we'll discuss here each and every section in detail. We'll take first polity, means what was the question in polity, and what should be your approach for next year prelims exam. Okay, see, I am not here going to discuss each and every 100 questions. मैं यहाँ पर 100 question discuss करने जा रहा हूँ. I just give you general view. Okay, what was the means a question that already asked in polity, and what should be your approach for the next year. So this is how I will section wise I will do each and every subject. Will know the topic's name and what should be your strategy. Now in polity, so total number of question in 2020 was 16. Means in 2020 plans, number of question was increases in polity. Okay, this was a good for those students who love polity very well, who are reading Lakshmikant means every day, who are interested in political news. Okay, so this year, last year, 2020 prelims exam, 16 question was there. Okay, difficulty range की बात करें कि कैसा क्वेश्चन था, मींस whether it will be possible to solve by all the student or not. So easy to moderate in the sense that if you will read a standard book, for example, if I will say M Lakshmikant book, okay, Lakshmikant polity book, if you are reading polity book thoroughly and you little bit you are focusing on current affair, means whatever the political news, political news, like amendment procedure of the what is the amendment procedure of any of the bill that introduced in the parliament. Okay, if you know this different session of the parliament, if you know the anti-defection law that always in news, if you know the some important constitutional post like speaker, president, okay, their impeachment, means कैसे उनका appointment होता है. So you have to focus, see, in every subject, not on in a polity, in every subject you see static plus current affair is very important, and not only focusing on current affair. If you are ignoring completely static portion, then this is not possible to understand the entire current affair. So first of all, you focus on static portion. First of all, you should know what is fundamental right, what is DPSP, directive principle state policy. You should know the difference between these two. What is the difference between fundamental right and DPSP? Then you will be able to understand any of the article that is based on any debate that is based on fundamental right, any debate that is means debate between articles, between the articles or DPSP articles. Okay, so static plus current affair, both this will be help you to solve question in your UPSC prelims exam. Now you see question means they are asked from the static and conventional areas. So there was a question from preamble, fundamental rights, DPSP, basic structure, union government. Now you can, whether you are going to appear for this year or next year, always remember this topic. How you can judge yourself that whether you are qualified prelims or not? आप कैसे पता करोगे आपको तैयारी है या नहीं? So in case of polity, I am writing here the name of the topics. This topic is always be means you should remember. अगर कोई इससे क्वेश्चन आपको कहीं से पूछता है, आपको पता होना चाहिए. अगर ये टॉपिक आपको बेसिक नहीं पता है तो समझ लो आपकी तैयारी नहीं हुई है. So topics like like fundamental rights, all articles from article 12 to 35. You should know all articles. Fundamental right, DPSP, okay, fundamental duties, okay, and then this is a very important basic structure. Okay, basic structure is very important. Last year I conducted a very a live session on basic structure where I discussed everything about basic structure. There was a question again in prelims exam. Basic structure, then amendment of the constitution. What is the procedure for amendment of the constitution? Okay, center state relation, center and state relation, all three important, means legislative power, administrative power, financial power between central state, okay, emergency, then union government, that include Indian government, include your president, okay, vice president, prime minister, council of ministers, then legislature, parliament, okay, judiciary, both supreme court and high court, even your district judge, district means court also, okay, subordinate courts uska bhi important hai, wo bhi aapko jana hai, and local government. You should know all these things. These are the very very important core part of polity. You should revise always before going to write your prelims exam, to test yourself that whether you know all this topic or not. If someone asks you question, what are the means legislative power given to the president, what are the power given to a supreme court, in on what ground supreme court is bound to give means their judgment if president will ask any of the questions. So such type of information is very very important, okay. And rest of the things is your current affair. Whenever you read a current affair, any article related with the polity about the amendment, or for example last year government introduced a bill called that was a right to information act, amendment 2005, right to information amendment act 2005. And because of this right to information amendment act, central information commission and state information commission was means that was created, one important body, non constitutional bodies was created. So now, with the help of Right to Information Act, the government means modifies some of the power given to Chief Information Commissioner, and how they will be appoint, who will decide their salary. So there was a question again in prelims and mains exam. So try to focus on current affair. Okay, whatever the topics means given, then you will able to find out the question will be very easy for you to solve in a prelims exam. Okay, now apart from this basic things, static portion, some conceptual clarity is also required. For example, parliament session. You should know about what are the important sessions: budget session, monsoon session, winter session. How many days a gap between the sessions? Whether any exceptional cases, maybe this gap will be extended, or if this will be extended, then how months more? कितना समय ज़्यादा extend होना चाहिए? So parliament session, not only think whenever you read anything in polity, you are suppose you are reading Lakshmi Kant, you are reading about budget session, try to ask question yourself. Before UPSC will ask question to you, you can ask question yourself and you can find out whether you are able to understand the things or not. Okay. Then constitutional government means what are the parliamentary form of government, what are the presidential form of government, what is federal government, okay, what is unitary form of government. This type of things, that's why M Lakshmikant, why it is called a bible for polity, because every chapter is nicely written on Indian polity. If you want, if anyone, not only civil aspirant who are preparing for UPSC exam, anyone who want to know about political structure of India, he can read M Lakshmikant, then sufficient information, whatever information required for one educated or be an IS officer or whatever bureaucrat required, that much information very nicely written in M Lakshmikant book. Okay, so constitutional government, parliamentary form government. So what is parliamentary form government? Whether legislative and executive both are independent to each other, or they are means they work separately. So such type of information is required. Then Gandhism principle, Marxism principle. So some of this question is out of a little bit means those who are on means not reading a newspaper and entirely depend on book. So they will be stuck in such type of questions. So that's why I'm saying here, you should be make a balance like you should be follow static portion also and the current affair. Okay, so these are the questions that was asked in polity. And what should be your approach for the next year prelims exam? So read M Lakshmikant's 6th edition book thoroughly, because 6th edition book, 6 new chapter was added. Okay, 6 new chapter means you see 2-3 question 2-3 chapter based on constitutional bodies, like National Commission for Backward, okay, National Commission for Backward, National Commission for Women, these are the some new chapter were added. So maybe in prelims they can ask a question from a particular new areas. Okay, newspaper every day, whether you are reading the Hindu or Indian Express, that doesn't matter. But I will recommend here to read the Hindu newspaper. If you're reading the Hindu newspaper, very, very good. Okay, and try to focus on all the news that is related with the polity. No need to focus on debate, means what BJP said to Congress, what Rashtriya Janata Dal said to Congress, or what type of alliance are they are making. Okay, that news is not important. Only those information, only those news where they are talking about like power of a speaker के बारे में बात हो रहा है, anti defection law के बारे में बात हो रहा है. They are talking about a simultaneous election for both legislative assembly and Lok Sabha. Then think yourself that what is your opinion regarding all these things. Okay, so newspaper reading is every day is very very important for you. Okay, without reading a newspaper you will not able to solve 50% of the question, because see, if these questions look like a part of this static portion, but they are not a static portion. UPSC can randomly ask question from any of the areas. They are asking question because it was in news last 1 year, it was in news, वो न्यूज में रहा है. ठीक है, भले ही वो करंट अफेयर का लेटेस्ट पार्ट नहीं पूछ रहा, लेकिन उसका बेसिक पार्ट जो पूछ रहा, because it was in news. Okay, so that's why reading a newspaper will be very very helpful for you. And solve last 10 years polity question, very very important. I continuously I am saying that solving past year question paper will be very very helpful for you. In last, at the end of the last of the session, I will discuss why it is important to solve past year question paper. And when you are solving last 10 year question, but try to find out the topics. What are the topics are like, see that fundamental rights, and right, it was asked in 2001 also, it was asked in 2005 again, it was asked in 2008 again, it was asked in 2011 again, 2013, 15, 16, okay, 19, then 20. If you will do this type of activities, then what will benefit? You understand this topic, means next year you have to anyhow you have to prepare thoroughly about the fundamental right, because in last 10 years or last 20 years, means of more than 8 to 10 years, like continuously is UPSC asking 8 to 10 years in exam, prelims exam, 8 to 10 times they had asked question from fundamental right. So this is how you can do for each and every topic. You have to do little bit research. Okay, see, this will take a time for doing a research, but once you have an idea about each and every topic, about their all means how many times they are already asked question last 20 years, it will be very beneficial for you. Okay, because during the time of prelims exam you will focus only those topics that means UPSC there is 100% chance the question will be there. Means what is important here, you have to not need to become a master in polity, no need to become master in geography or science and technology. You have to guess the question, you have to understand the syllabus, and that required a smart strategy. Okay, so this is the important my suggestion for you to solve past year question from polity, not only polity, for each and every subject. Okay, now next one is your geography. In geography, again geography is one important area where UPSC continuously asking question every year. Okay, so in this year sorry, last year 2020 there was a 10 question from geography. And you know, geography and agriculture part both are overlapping with each other. And if you know the geography, if you know the soil, if you know the climate of any place, then you can easily identify what type of crops will be there. Okay, suppose you know the climate of northeastern state, you know the climate of southern India, you know the type of soil spread in northern India, then you can easily identify what type of crops will be there. Okay, so basic of geography will help you to guess, at least you can able to understand the options, each and every option clearly, and you able to eliminate the wrong option. That will be very important. So last year difficulty level के बारे में बात करते हैं, तो it was like a medium to tough. It was like a medium to tough. Why it is medium to tough? Because of current affair. Many of the questions they had asked from means like that required a little bit of current affair information that is not given in your standard book. And means 99% of the mentors or faculty will say you should read NCRT. Okay, NCRT in current affair. So most of the students are not able to focus on entirely on current affair. They read NCRT, but some of the questions they're not able to solve from NCRT. That required a little bit internet research on internet. Okay, you have to do. Now, like a core technical question, they had asked core technical question. Like, what are the questions? Like soil types. Means you should prepare very well with the Indian soil. Okay, means all 8 types of soil in India, like alluvial soil, black cotton soil, laterite soil, okay, red and yellow soils, forest soils, saline soils, okay, peat soils. You should read all these soils from NCRT or class 11 NCRT. That is given 11 class NCRT India physical environment. A soil chapter is given where that much information is okay, and try to focus on present issues related with the soils. What are the present issues related with the soil in India? Means we know the soil erosion is one of the major reason behind for agriculture backwardness in our country. So soil erosion, what is the reason behind for soil erosion? What are the method for soil conservation? For like terrace farming, contour bunding, okay, then mulching, okay, means you can say crop rotation, mixed cropping. These are some important soil conservation method. So you should read static portion, plus you should know also what present scenario in our country. What are the issues related with the soils? Okay, there was a report that said that soil biodiversity is declining in India. Soil biodiversity is again a very important term. If in UPSC exam they will ask question about the soil biodiversity, although it's not given in any of your NCRT book, this is entirely a current affair question. So soil biodiversity means whatever the microorganisms that living in the soils that helps in increase the fertility of the soils. For example, nitrogen fixation bacteria. Okay, nitrogen fixation bacteria is present in the soils, and this bacteria help in conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate and ammonia, and that further received by the plant. Okay, so basic thing is your NCRT read and then current affair. Similarly, climate and fertilizers crop. This year, 2020 prelims, there was a question, most of the question from agriculture part. Means because you know that Indian UPSC conducted a prelims exam that also include Indian Forest Service. So those candidates who are going to appear for Indian Forest Service, they have to appear for same prelims exam. So that's why their importance given more toward the forest, means related with the vegetation, more with the agriculture, crops. थोड़ा ज़्यादा उस पे focus रहता है. Lekin this is not the same every year. But when you'll see a question paper from last couple of year question paper, you will find that importance of these areas are increases. Now UPSC is very less question, less number of questions they're asking from NCRTs like standard static basic static question, means which of the following is the property of black soil. This is a very static question. They will not ask this type of question next year plan. They will ask you a question about utilization. What are the significance of soils in India? Okay, which part of India you see a deficit of the soil, deficiency of the soil, and what are the important nutrients are missing? So agriculture advantage, because our India is entirely agriculture economy. Okay, so monsoon is the one important, most of the agriculture field our country depend on monsoon. So that's why your major focus is, once this is the main objective is, once you will become an IS officer, then what you will do? You will visit different areas in your localities, and you have to find out the you will find out, you will see these problems like agriculture problem, land problem, okay, any problem, water issues. Okay, so you have to find the solution. Okay, for that you have to find the solution, so that you should know the basic thing. That's why UPSC want to means basically want to select those candidates who are focusing on means changing whatever this environment is changing, and whether you know what important technology and what important solution is here, whether you can able to fulfill that all, means able to solve all such type of problems. That is main means what UPSC is looking for all the aspirants. So try to understand these things कि UPSC क्या चाहता है, क्या मांग रहा है आपसे. See, everybody is reading NCRT. Then NCRT is 85 pages book. So this is very easy to complete 85 pages within 1 month. So it does not mean that once you complete NCRT, you will become an IS officer. You have to think like an IS officer. You have to find the solution and all these things. Okay. So try to find out the questions. Again, is like ocean mean temperature. See, this topic is not mentioned anywhere. Even most of the institute current affair is not cover this topic, ocean mean temperature, because what common we know sea surface temperature. Okay, for formation of cyclone, for sea surface temperature required. But what about the ocean mean temperature? So any news that is related with the monsoon, okay, any research is going about the monsoon, forecasting of monsoon, because our entire agriculture Indian economy is depend on monsoon. Okay, so that's why government forecast monsoon, means this is important to know what type of monsoon will be happen next year, so that government will announce a minimum support price also, that is for the farmers. This is the important thing. Okay, this is the important thing to know all these things, research and development apart from your current affair. Now this year again UPSC means touch those topic which was missed from last 5 to 6 years. Continuously means in all the institute will focus on jet stream, cyclone their topic. But UPSC was not asking question from jet stream. So this is an indication. Try to find out, this is an indication. Now UPSC is giving you indication that in coming years, if you are going to appear for prelims exam, then prepare with this type of new technology, because whatever it means, you see weather changes in our country during a winter season, like when we say western disturbances. Okay, western disturbances. See, this western disturbance, a jet stream play a very important role behind the western disturbance that enter in India, that cause a rainfall, winter rainfall in our country. This western disturbance is good for your rabi cultivation. Okay, rabi crops like wheat cultivation. So that's why UPSC first asked question from jet stream. Okay, means whether you should know the term or not. Next year, maybe not. UPSC is very clever. It will not ask you same question again next year. After 1 year or 2 year, again UPSC will ask question from jet stream. Now more in a technical way, means they can ask you question about permanent jet stream or temporary jet stream. They can ask you question of which jet stream is responsible for a rainfall, monsoon rainfall in our country, whether tropical westerly jet stream or easterly jet stream. Okay, which jet stream you see in a summer season in India, which jet stream is you see in a winter season in India. So such type of just give you an indication, and those candidates will understand the indication. They can find out this is that means UPSC given a clue that in coming 2-3 years again they will have ask question from this topic in a more advanced way. Okay, similarly cyclone. Now you know cyclone is again a cyclone that formed in Arabian Sea. Okay, so cyclone, very simple question, means whether you know the structure of the cyclone or not. Eye of the cyclone, the central part of the cyclone, that is a low pressure. So here air is rising, air is not sinking. So wherever air is rising, it's create a low pressure. So very simple question. They in a statement way they are asked question from the cyclone. Okay, so cyclone, prepare cyclone. You should know the current affair of the cyclone. Why more of the most of the cyclone form in Arabian Sea. In generally, what we know that Bay of Bengal have more cyclone as compared to Arabian Sea. But recent year, last couple of years, it was found that most of the cyclone is forming in Arabian Sea as compared to Bay of Bengal. So what was the reason behind this? Now the topic will be it further include, if you want to find the solution why more cyclone in Arabian Sea as compared to Bay of Bengal, then you should know about the Indian Ocean Dipole. Okay, Indian Ocean Dipole, Madden-Julian oscillation. Okay, Madden-Julian oscillation. This is another reason behind for this. Now these are the topics that based on current affair that is not given in NCERT. You should know about ENSO, El Nino Southern Oscillation, El Nino Southern Oscillation. Okay, sea surface temperature of Indian Ocean is increases. Then all the basic means reason behind for formation of cyclone in Arabian Sea more as compared to Bay of Bengal. If you follow or if you want to know all these terms very easily, then you can able to solve more question prelims exam. Okay, major minerals. Again, question is from major minerals. So you can cover major minerals from India yearbook. Okay, India yearbook is very important. Most of the students are neglecting. What they are thinking that they have to study all 1,000 page. All you have to read all 1,000. No need to read all 1,000 pages. You have to read a selective pages, because UPSC also know that this is not possible for any of the candidate to read all 1,000 pages. Okay, economic survey released every year. Okay, they are released in 2 parts. So if you will combine the 2 parts, so total pages will become 500 to 600 pages. So UPSC knows that nobody will going to read entire 500 to 600 pages. So this is not a time, because apart from this, you have to focus on your optional paper also. You have to focus on a GS paper also. All already means thousands of topic is available for a current affair. Then how it is possible to complete all these things? That's why a smart study is required here. You have to select the topic, and how you can select the topic? By seeing the past year question paper. Okay, not only prelims exam, you can solve a question mains exam also. Okay, now map based question is like a Siachen glacier this year. Why Siachen glacier to UPSC? Because of India China conflict के वजह से आया. ठीक है. This is the first reason, India China conflict. Second reason about bifurcation Jammu and Kashmir into 2 UTs like Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Okay, that's why again UPSC had asked question from Siachen glacier. And see, last year in 2019 UPSC had a question from glaciers, name of the glaciers and whatever the river originate from a glacier. So this is how, if anyone have a habit to doing a research of last year paper, then obviously they read all about the glaciers, all the glaciers that present in Indian Himalaya. Okay, and their location. So can easily find out Siachen glacier. Okay, this year again, 2020 question, instead of asking the location of countries, okay, means this was the old trend of UPSC asking which of the countries making a border with Caspian Sea, which of the following country make a border with Mediterranean Sea, which of the following country make a border with Black Sea. Instead of asking such location, they asked question about world's river. Means they had given a name of the river and drain into, suppose Volga River. Volga River drain into Caspian Sea. So whenever you will read NCRT, so Volga River already mentioned, or in salinity, salinity is one topic in oceanography. When you read salinity, you will find that Volga River is a drain into Caspian Sea. That's why southern Caspian Sea have less salinity and southern Caspian Sea have more salinity because of influx of river into the sea. I will decrease the salinity. This is the one factor. So by doing a basic things, you can able to understand the situation for the current affair. Okay, now what should be the approach for the next year? Read class 11 and 12 NCRT line by line. Read class 11 12 NCRT. In class 11 2 NCRT is available, fundamental of physical geography, and class 11 again India physical environment. Okay, 2 NCRT is available. Read this NCRT thoroughly, don't ignore it, because this will also help in your mains exam. Okay, suppose you have not a time to read class 6 to 10 NCRT, ignore it, but you should not ignore to read class 11 12 NCRT. Line by line you should read it. Okay, and second important thing, certificate in physical geography of GC Leong book. GC Leong book is again important. Now GC Leong book is divided into 2 unit, unit 1 and unit 2. So unit 2 is more important as compared to unit 1, because in unit 1 the same thing is given in your class 11th NCRT, like fundamental of physical geography, about the landforms, about the river system, about the earthquake, volcanic eruption, about all the weathering, erosion process. So if you have less time, you can focus on unit 2, that is talking about the world's climate. Okay, world's climate means a tropical monsoon forest, means equatorial rainforest, equatorial type of climate, what type of vegetation you see in equatorial type of climate, what human activities are there in a equatorial type of climate, how a desert, world's most of the desert are present in, why most of the world's desert, tropical deserts are present in western part of the continent, what was the reason behind this. Okay, so reading a GC Leong book, you can this will only helpful for you once you will complete NCRT. Don't directly read GC Leong book. Okay, if you read directly GC Leong book, means you will find it is very difficult, because it's used a little bit a tough term, very means terminology is very different. So that's why if you know the basic things, then you should go to a GC Leong book after the completion of NCRT. And atlas is very important. Okay, any one atlas you can buy, no need to read a two atlas. You can either Oxford School Atlas, you can or you can also Orient Black Swan Atlas. I hope everybody have a atlas, must have a atlas. So focus on try to find each and every place. जो भी place के बारे में आप नाम सुनते हैं, उसको जरूर से जरूर atlas में एक बार जरूर देखें. And while reading a physical geography, you will read about climatology, oceanography, geomorphology. You will study about different part of the world. Suppose you are reading something about the Rocky Mountain. The Rocky Mountain was formed because of one oceanic plate, another one is a continental plate. So both collide together. So that's why Rocky Mountain was formed. It's like a convergent plate boundary. So whenever you see a Rocky Mountain, try to find out this place where Rocky Mountain is present. North America, which of the following other highest peak of Rocky Mountain? What are the important volcanic mountain is present? Okay, because this is the part of Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, so you have to find which are the important active volcano is present over Rocky Mountain. Uh, Again, you are reading about the Indonesia, about Philippines island, where most of the volcano are present. Try to find out the important states. What are the state, like a state, Malacca state is present, that connect entire South China Sea or Indian Ocean with the Pacific Ocean, South Pacific Ocean. So Atlas is very important to know the entire world map and India map. Okay, newspaper is again important, as a static portion not only help you to solve the question, you can easily find out the last year 2020 there was a more question from the current affair based or agriculture side, means advanced technology. It means you should know the problem, what and what are the solutions already means studied in our country or international bodies, and what another solutions you can suggest. For example, if you are going to write a means paper, so in that case required your suggestions. Now, India Yearbook, chapter number 1, called Land and People. Read at least one time. Land and people. This land and people will topic where you will find it's a very good revision for your entire geography. Once you will read land and people, if you have already done with the basic part, then you reading a land and people will help you to find out very keywords or very key information that is you must know for your prelims exam, so you can easily solve it. So this should be your approach for the next year prelims exam. Now for environment, again, environment is the favorite topic, favorite area where UPSC every year asking a good number of questions. These are the topic called environment and science and technology. These two topics are favorite part of UPSC. From the last few years, you'll see they are giving more importance in science and technology environment. So last year, 2020, there was a 15 question, and the level of question difficulty level when we talk, it's like a medium to tough. Okay, means if you have a good command on basic and NCRT basic readings, and also with the current affair, last couple of current affair, you know, then you can easily solve the questions. Okay, so question is was based on facts and knowledge, means entirely factual information you should know. For example, you know about the important species of India. You should know about the important vegetation, some endangered species, some extinct species, or you can say some endemic species of India. Endemic species, I know you, many of you know very well. It is those species which is only found in a particular place, not any other place. So flora and fauna. Flora means vegetation. Fauna means your animal kingdom. And Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Schedule. It is a very again giving a very good clue from UPSC that whatever the acts and law that is passed by government for the protection of biodiversity and protection of national forest, like Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Environmental Protection Act, Air Protection Act, Water Conservation Act. Okay, this all information is very important. So Wildlife Protection Act 1972 to say that a schedule aware of Schedule 1 to Schedule 6. So there are list of animals, a list of flora and fauna that is mentioned in Schedule 1 that required more protection. Okay, for example, a Bengal tiger. Okay, a Bengal tiger, or we can say means snow leopard. Okay, which is, if they will ask you a question about which of the following statement is correct regarding snow leopard. So snow leopard के बारे में उसका natural habitat you should know where it is naturally found in India. What IUCN, as you know, IUCN declared whether it's endangered, critically endangered, or vulnerable, or whether it's included in the part 1 schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972 or wild 2. Okay, so this much information is required. Flora and fauna, Wildlife Protection Act 1972. See, for environment, there is not a single NCRT book where you can find all the information. That's why you have to depend on current affair. Okay, and current affair means a lot of factual information is required here with the proper understanding. Okay, now protected area networks. This is again a very important for next year also prelims, that you should know about the biosphere reserve, all the biosphere reserves of India, and national park, wildlife sanctuaries, tiger reserve. Yes, all are important. International initiative for conservation of biodiversity. Yes, these are important. Like Convention on Biodiversity. Okay, Convention on Biodiversity include your Nagoya Protocol also, and Cartagena Protocol. Okay, apart from this, you know, sites, then traffic. Okay, these are the important international organization, IUCN. Okay, then a Bonn Convention, a Convention on Migratory Species. All these are important. International agreement for the conservation of biodiversity is important for you. Okay, although this year there was no question from international initiatives, but you should prepare for the next year plans also. Okay, protected area network of India. These all are called in situ conservation. Means where this is the one way of conservation of biodiversity on site in their natural habitat. So biosphere reserve, national park, wildlife sanctuaries, tiger reserve, elephant reserve. We know that now government next year, last year in 2020 already start a Project Lion. Okay, although there was no any question from Project Lion and Project Dolphin. Okay, so there is also, again, a new initiative by the government, Project Lion, Project Dolphin. So maybe next year they can ask you a question, Project Lion, Project Dolphin से क्या है? So government reintroduction plan of cheetah in India. Government is planning to reintroduce cheetah in their natural habitat. Asiatic cheetah is completely extinct from India. Okay, it's completely extinct from India. So you have to find out whether cheetah is means present in India, and if government is planning to reintroduce, then which part of the India. Okay, yes, it is important to read all about endangered species also. Okay, and endangered species, not only reading about endangered species, you have to also read about their conditions, means their natural habitat, IUCN ने उसको क्या डिक्लेयर किया है, साइट्स का भी एक इंफॉर्मेशन होता है कि साइट्स है 3 अपेंडिक्स 1 2 3। सो अपेंडिक्स 1 में वो इंक्लूड है या अपेंडिक्स 2 में इंक्लूड है, और साइट्स का, ट्रैफिक का, ओके, दैट मच इंफॉर्मेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड हियर. Okay, so protected area networks, biosphere reserve, national park, wildlife sanctuary, tiger reserve. Now, one important thing I want to tell about the biosphere reserve. So, biosphere reserve is a very broad area. It's a very broad protected area network that include your national park also, that include your wildlife sanctuary also, that include tiger reserve also. Now, UPSC last couple of years they are asking question that given the name of the biosphere reserve, and you have to find out which of the following protected area network is the part of particular biosphere reserve. For example, Agastyamalaya biosphere reserve. Now you have to find whether Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve is a part of or not. Nanda Devi means in National Park. Nilgiri is a part of or not. Okay, so this is what UPSC asking question from environment. So you have to just try to increase your thinking. Okay, and find out the important biosphere reserve that recently declared by the government, and what are the important areas. Protected area network is the part of each. Okay, now apart from this, pollution and water shortage. This is the major problem in India. Okay, you know, air pollution, stubble burning, because stubble burning, how air pollution is become a major issue for our country. Water shortage, okay, that's why government created a new ministry, jal ministry bane hain jo, because to find out the problems of water shortage in India. Groundwater crisis, because our entire agriculture is depend on water irrigation facility. So that means recent all the current affair news related with the pollutions and water shortage policy of the government. Okay, national policy on biofuels, because we are focusing more on renewable source of energy. We are not want to use fossil fuels, because we already submitted already committed under Paris agreement that we will able to decrease, will decrease emission of carbon dioxide till 2030. So what should be our strategy? Any country strategy is more depend on renewable source of energy, means alternate source of energy that will help us to generate electricity. We will less able to depend on this non-renewable source of energy. So that's why any information regarding a renewable source of energy of the government, where government is planning develop a new type of fuels that is very considered very clean fuels. So obviously you should focus on such a topic and try to know the basic things. Okay, what you will do for the next year prelims? Although this year there was a very less question you can solve from the Shankar IS environment, but you can consider this book as a base book, because this book include your static portion in a very detailed means information, like Lakshmi Kant is your polity, and Lakshmi Kant in polity is your book. Similarly, Shankar IS environment book is considered a very nice book. Okay, you can read it multiple times, read it. At least this book will help you to solve the question. This will help you to guess, okay, means whether to find the correct option or not, or to eliminate a wrong one. This book will be very very helpful. So you can consider this book as a base. Then class 12 biology NCERT last 4 chapter, at least you should know the basic things, like food chain. Okay, what is food chain? Food web kya hota hai? You should know what is habitat, what is ecological niche. Okay, what is biological oxygen demand. Okay, these are some basic term. Biomagnification kya hota hai? Okay, so these basic terms will help you will easily means find out from class 12 biology NCERT. And last 1 year current affair. When while reading a current affair, your focus should be on pollution. Any policy of the government, like air quality index or national clean air program of the government. Okay, which of the following pollutant is considered is a major problem, like PM 2.5, PM 10, PM 2.5 and PM 10, particulate matter 2.5, PM 10. Okay, so whether these are the part of any of the quality index, any of the report, any of the policy of the government or not, focus part area or not. So how government is planning to reduce the pollution, both pollution, air pollution, water pollution, like e-waste management program of the government, solid waste management, plastic waste management program of the government. That will be a new policy of the government, where a government is talking about to maintain a clean environment, to maintain a sustainable environment. So that will be important. Apart from this, international treaty. Okay, any treaties you are talking about, like Bonn Convention, Cartagena Protocol, Nagoya Protocol, okay, Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, Kigali Agreement, Paris Agreement. Okay, these are some international treaties, Convention on Biodiversity, United Nations Convention to combat desertification. Okay, these are some Ramsar site. Now you know in India more Ramsar site declared recently. So that will be wetlands, important wetlands of India. Which of the following wetlands Ramsar site is a part of Montreal Record? Okay, so you have to find the question topic from last year papers. Okay, last year question papers. New policy of clean energy, because this is important. We required a clean energy. Our means you can say population is very high, so we want a good number of clean energy policy. And any judgment of Supreme Court, National Green Tribunal about environment, that will be important. What are the effect of COVID-19 on environment? You see, effect of COVID-19 environment, you can say that because of this lockdown, very well lockdown was there, so pollution level थोड़ा कम हुआ है, ठीक है, pollution level कम हुआ है, you can say that, but this is not good. If this COVID-19 is, this type of virus will be spread in uh, forest areas or any of the animals, then it's very difficult to control it. Okay, because of biodiversity, species diversity, if it will decline, then it will be a problem for entire community. Okay, and what you will do also, India yearbook environment chapter. In India yearbook, you read environment chapter. Is very very important. Okay, this should be a strategy for the next year. Now for economy, again a very important area where you continuously asking good number of questions from economy. अब economics से question कितना आ गया? इस बार आ गया 23. Number of question was increased this year 23. Now combination of it was, when we talk about difficulty level, it was easy, medium and difficult. All three we can say that. Easy question because देखने को मिले, कुछ medium difficult और means काफी difficult, means you have to more focus on current affair. Now the topics already means mentioned here, there are means money evolution and types. Now recent means whatever the new type of money evolution, like bitcoins, blockchain technology. Okay, UPSC continuously asking question from blockchain technology from last 4 to 5 years. तो जो अगर पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन पर सॉल्व कर रहा है तो उसको आराम से इस पे क्वेश्चन का सॉल्यूशन हो जाएगा, क्योंकि दे आर आस्किंग कंटिन्यूअसली बिटकॉइंस, ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी, क्रिप्टो करेंसी क्या है. Okay, even in our country there was a law about the cryptocurrency, whether RBI means supported this type of bitcoins or not, because it's not regulated by any of the central bank. So what is the policy, Ministry of Finance का क्या policy about the cryptocurrency? So bitcoins, ये एक, again you should follow this topic for the next year. Okay, money and monetary policies, all about the monetary policy, about repo rate, reverse repo rate. Okay, like liquidity adjustment facility of the government, जो भी means RBI की जो policy है about the like credit policy, monetary policy that include your to control inflation, to control fiscal deficit. What about the studies taken by the RBI? That will be important here. Classification of banks and non-banking financial companies, like scheduled bank, cooperative banks. What are the function of their scheduled banks and cooperative banks? Then non-performing assets, bad loans, other burning issues in banking sectors. Okay, so if you are reading a newspaper every day, then you understand the problem, banking problems in our country. Then financial market instrument that include your money market and capital market also. So like treasury bills, call money, okay, call money, treasury bills, this type of information you can easily find in any of the basic book, like Ramesh Singh की जो Indian economy की book आती है, उसमें भी आप you can easily find the topics, Indian economy. Financial inclusion program of the government, any of the scheme of the government that talk about the financial inclusion or inclusive growth, like this year Kisan credit card scheme was the question. So again next year you should be focused on a policy of the government that is talking about more about Kisan credit card or inclusive growth. Okay, apart from this, budget, taxation, public finance, FRBM Act 2003. This is a very means nobody was expected this question will be from FRBM Act 2003. This is a very basic question, and this is also given in class 12 NCRT. Class 12 NCRT called macroeconomics. It already given in macroeconomics all the important points. Or if you are reading any of these materials, good materials, so I will recommend for read if you are very new in economy. Okay, if you are not understand any of the basic term, okay, then you should read Sri Ram IS, Sri Ram IS, okay, Sri Ram IS in economy, printed material. Okay, economy printed material. This is very good book. Sri Ram IS in economy printed materials. Buy this book and always buy a latest one. Okay, this is always updated one. So that will be released in the market. So this is the Sri Ram IS printed material economy book. Everything is given very nice about economy. You will understand fiscal policy, monetary policy में अगर problem हो रही है, you don't know anything about the capital market, money market, you can easily identify what are the points are there. So try to read a best thing, and same book read again and again to build your concept, because this year in economy most of the question was from a static portion. So those who are only focusing on current affair, only current affair, they are not able to get a good marks. Only those students who are making a balance with the static portion, they have very good concept about the static portion. They know about the money circulation in the market, what is M1 M2 money. Okay, they know the basic terms, and they are know how to relate with the current affair. They have performed very well. Okay, so like a basic term here, like balance of payment, BOP crisis, gold trends like SDR, special drawing rights like IMF जो रखता है उसमें क्या क्या पार्ट होता है IMF का. Okay, so all this information you will easily get in RAM IS. So international agreements and organization. So a lot of question was from economy. So what should be your strategy for the next year? Okay, like macroeconomics indicator, unemployment and inflation. Now your approach for the next year prelims is like NCRT class 11, 12. You must read class 11, 12. And class 12 NCRT, there are two NCRT books available called microeconomy and macroeconomy. So avoid to read macroeconomy, read only a macroeconomy. And class 11th NCRT will give you an idea about agriculture, a scenario after India got independence, what was the economic reform, okay, what was the reason behind for starting economic reform, green revolution, and about the industrial reform, agriculture reform, very nicely explained in class 11 NCRT. Then current affair last 2 years, not all the current affair, okay, only the changes, what government is bringing some long-term changes, okay, or you see a financial crisis that was happened because of lockdown situation. Okay, so what was all reason behind this and what government is taking strategy. Okay, economic survey, latest one. Now someone is asking about how to read economic survey. See, economic survey, you can read both the both the volumes, and this reading an economic survey will help you to solve some of the questions prelims exam and also in your mains exam. In mains exam, most of the question UPSC will ask where they want to know your viewpoint. You have to suggest or you have to talk about past action taken by the government of India regarding any of the problem in our country, like agriculture backwardness, or you can say inflation, unemployment, poverty, human capital, skill development program of the rural youths. तो उसके ऊपर गवर्नमेंट ऑलरेडी क्या एक्शन लिया है उसके ऊपर आपको लिखना होगा. So this economic survey will be a very best source for your writing a good answer in your mains exam and also solving a new questions, maybe a new terminology they will use. Sometime economic survey use new terminology regarding any of the words so they UPSC directly ask question from there. Okay, so economic survey read thoroughly or means all both the volume 1 and volume 2, and past 10-year question for a static portion, not for a current affair. You can solve the past year 10 question for a static portion, means you should know UPSC already had question from open market operation, question was from your inflation, question was from your means about the fiscal deficit, about the primary deficit kya raha, revenue deficit government kya raha, what are the BOP crisis, current account deficit kya raha. Okay, different types of question you will find that based on a static portion. So you can prepare again, you can focus on again the same topic. Okay, don't think that UPSC will not ask again this type of question. Obviously direct question will not ask, but they can repeat the topics again. Okay, so that's focus here is here to focus on the topics, not on the questions. Now again a very important topic called science and technology. So science and technology, as I told you, that this is again a favorite part of UPSC, where now UPSC is focusing more question from science and technology, and they expected that UPSC aspirants should know the latest technology very well. This does not mean whether you are from science background or non-science background. You are from science background or non-science background. You should know the topic. You should know the latest technology, because once you will become an IAS officer, you have to utilize all these technologies. You will become an IPS or Indian any of the services you will go. Then in that area you have to utilize all this technology. Okay, so that's why you should know all these things. Now this year the question number of question was 11, and difficulty level was medium to tough. It was a very means sub question was very tough, means it required a very thorough understanding or focus on different newspaper. Now पर newspaper एक दो newspaper से पढ़ने से नहीं होगा. You have to do a lot of research on internet. Okay, if you have a time, then you will able to do a research. You can able to find कि पूरे वर्ल्ड में कहाँ से टेक्नोलॉजी क्या क्या यूज हुआ जा रहा है. Okay, not only in India, in different part of the world, उस टेक्नोलॉजी क्या यूज हो रहा है, कहाँ पर क्या रिसर्च हो रहा है. So in that case, a little bit research you have to do if you are interested in science and technology. But I will say you have to develop interest in science and technology. If you want to score good marks in prelims or in your UPSC GS paper 3 mains exam, then you have to focus. Okay. Now last year 2020 there was a question, some question from the very standard book Okay, like basic theory, there was a called plant cells and animal cells are difference. They just ask the difference between plants and animal cell. And then contemporary topics that is based on current affair, like a pro nuclear transfer technology. Already UPSC had question in 2016 about three parents baby question. Again, they are not asking three parents baby, but they are asking the question means technologies behind for three parents baby. ओके, तो उसके ऊपर वो क्वेश्चन उसमें डायरेक्ट दे आर आस्क क्वेश्चन फॉर थ्री पैरेंट्स बेबी. नाउ दे आर आस्किंग क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम प्रो न्यूक्लियर ट्रांसफर टेक्नोलॉजी, then pneumococcal conjugate vaccines, okay, and carbon nanotubes. So this, see, the terms are very terminologies are very difficult to pronounce also. And in that case, what is important here, you should read a newspaper thoroughly, try to underline the name of the any of the technologies, any of the vaccines name. For example, all the different, you should all know about all the different types of tests that is conducted in laboratory for COVID-19. Okay, like RT-PCR test kya hota hai, antigen test kya hota hai. Then you see that different types of vaccines are available. Okay, now because of COVID-19, many of the technical terms, some terms you know very well. So focus more on such type of terms. Maybe next year question they will ask you from these areas. Okay, then information communication technology, electronic gadgets se bhi question hamesha UPSC पूछता है. This is not the first time UPSC had a question from artificial intelligence. Already UPSC twice thrice question had asked from artificial intelligence, visible light communication technologies, public key infrastructure and drone. These are some of the electronic gadgets. ओके, मीन्स यू सी द एप्लीकेशन अनमैन्ड एरियल व्हीकल्स एप्लीकेशन क्या क्या है, उससे क्या हम यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं फॉर डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट, okay, for economic development, for proper planning of means any of the areas if you want a proper planning. Okay, then how we can make our economic development with the help of such type of technologies. So a best way for science and technology is to solve the past year question. This is the subject where a real benefit you will find if you have a last 10-year question paper you already solved. Okay, then space technology means evolved, means whatever the technology evolved means recently. Like you can say that maybe topic will be from your space ISRO, what ISRO is planning, what NASA is planning for launching a new satellites, what is the objective of the particular satellites. Okay, your focus should be always on new technologies about the NASA and ISRO and European space agencies. Okay, what they are planning to launch next year and what is the objective behind. Okay, what they want to study is. Now you see gravitational wave is one important area where continuously research development is going on. So try to find out what is gravitational wave and what are the important technologies to find the gravitational wave in the sky. Okay, all these things. Again, a solar water pumps that is based on a renewable source of energy. How we can able to utilize this pump for a better irrigation facility. Okay, this was a question from science and technology. Now, what should be your approach? Your basic reading, you should read a basic reading class 7 to 9 and 10 NCRT. Okay, and I am here mentioning about the Lucent GK. Okay, most of the students are completely ignore Lucent GK. They are saying that this is for state PCS. Why should I am preparing for UPSC? So why should I read Lucent GK? This is wrong. Lucent GK is very nice book. At least you can read the science section, because in science section at least you know the basic of physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay, these three important area where sometime UPSC asks question from basic part of physics like optics. They can ask you question from nuclear technology. They can ask you question from your thermodynamics. Okay, this type of information is very important. Solve past five. Read the Hindu newspaper, Indian Express daily. Okay, daily news reading a newspaper is very helpful for you. Okay, solve past 5-year question. Static is again I am here saying the static portion. Solving a past year question, you can find the topics like artificial intelligence, block technology. Okay, then you find the what is the difference between Wi-Fi and Li-Fi technology. Okay, fair biotechnology, gene editing method, Cas9. Cas9 is like Casper 9. These are the some gene editing method that UPSC continuously asking from last couple of years. So you can focus on. And last 2 year current affair is again very important. Okay, second important thing is your history is another important area where most of the question was from 20, number of question was 20, and it was difficulty level was easy, moderate, and tough. Can if you are reading NCRT and 1 or 2 standard book, then you can easily solve question. Now there was 7 question from ancient and medieval history. Art and culture have 4 question, and freedom struggle have 9 question. So total number of question was 20. And see the topics, they had question from medieval dictionary terms. Okay, now with the help of this area, you can find out कि no need to read about the Mughal Empire, entire Mughal Empire. Mughal Empire में बाबर के बाद कौन आया, अकबर के बाद कौन आया, जहांगीर का क्या क्या उसका डेथ होने का रीजन क्या था. No need to focus on such areas. You have to focus only on terminologies, administrative part and economic part. ओके मीन्स क्या उस समय का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन समय कैसा था. सो मेडिवल डिक्शनरी टर्म्स इंक्लूड परिवराजक, परिवराजक से क्वेश्चन आया, उपासक से क्वेश्चन आया, परम पिता, परम मिताज क्या होता है, कुल वापा क्या है, द्रोणवापा क्या है, हुंडी क्या है. सी दिस आर द मेडिक सम टर्मिनोलॉजी. Now you can how you can cover ancient and medieval. You should focus on administration and the different terms. So इससे आप, this is not the first time UPSC have question from medieval dictionary terms. They continuously they are asking question 1 or 2 question. Now this year 2020 there was more number of question from medieval history and especially from terminologies. So what you will do, you just read the NCERT and find out the terms. अगर कोई टर्म के बारे में दिया हुआ है तो इसके बारे में पता कर इसको क्या कहा जाता है, हुंडी को क्या कहा जाता है, द्रोणावापा का क्या कहा जाता है. ओके अगेन एंशिएंट का जो इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है, बुद्धिज्म एंड जैनिज्म इज द फेवरेट पार्ट. Every year UPSC asks question from Buddhism and Jainism. So this is one favorite part of UPSC. You can cover this book from NCERT. Then ancient medieval ports and places. See economic significance. Okay, economic significance and district administration उस समय कैसा डेवलप था, उस पर डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है. मॉडर्न इंडिया मीन्स बिफोर एंड आफ्टर गांधी जी. गांधी जी बिफोर में क्या हुआ, जैसे कि all the events that was happened before 1915 when Gandhi ji came into India in 1915. So after 1915, what are the important movement that was started by the Gandhis in India. So again, this type of information you will easily cover from a basic NCERT book, and focus on journals, magazines, and books that was written by many of the freedom fighters. So again, next year, what should be your approach? Your approach should be first read Tamil Nadu board class 11th NCERT, a class 11 history textbook. Okay, so this book is cover both ancient and medieval. Very nicely written book. You can easily cover this book and find out the important topics. This will be a new editions. Then read class 11, 12 NCERT, then class NCERT from 7 to 9. Then modern India spectrum. You can read by Rajiv Ahir spectrum, and solve past year question last 10 years. Okay, this is a there is no any good book for medieval history dictionary. This is I will recommend you to read a NCERT. So when you will read a new NCERT from class 7, 6 to 9 or 10 NCERT, you will find that every new terminology is given in a box. Okay, in a box में दिया रहता है, उसको बहुत अच्छे से डिफाइन किया रहता है. अगर कोई भी न्यू टर्मिनोलॉजी है तो उसको डिफाइन किया रहता है. दैट इज द मेन सोर्स. यू कैन रीड दैट वन इंपॉर्टेंट एरियाज. ओके, सो सॉल्व पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन लास्ट 10 years क्वेश्चन पेपर, स्पेशली इन हिस्ट्री. दिस विल वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हिस्ट्री में लास्ट 10 year क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि आप देखो कि टॉपिक्स काफी रिपीट होते जाते हैं, क्योंकि हिस्ट्री में क्या करंट अफेयर इज नॉट इंक्लूडेड. ओनली दे विल आस्क ए क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम factual things or whatever already means given in NCERT book. And in this case also you should go and lucent GK. History का lucent GK भी जरूर पढ़े. Lucent GK is again an important area, an important book where you will able to know the more factual information. Okay, so what means importance of solving past year question paper. So solving a past year question will help you to understanding the basic of UPSC. You must know what type of question UPSC asking from different subjects. Basic understanding of the topics, basic understanding of the subjects. For example, polity. If you are complete entire Lakshmikant, but you have not any information about what type of question they will ask from Lakshmikant, so that's why you have to see the past year question paper. It will guide the vast syllabus. Syllabus is very vast. In that case, how you able to focus on important areas. Okay, which one is important one, or where you can which part if you will focus more, you can score a very good number of marks. So this will help you to solve past year question paper, to know the vast syllabus. Help in filtering the scoring topics. Okay, for example, polity. No need to read entire polity. As I mentioned, that fundamental right, DPSP, union government, parliament, judiciary, local government, these are the some important topics. If you will cover this topic very well, you can easily score a good marks. Real exposure to UPSC standard means many of the students are preparing for CDS exam also. Okay, you are preparing for SSC exam also, bank PO exam also, and UPSC. So to know UPSC standard, what type of question they are asking in UPSC, Same book is you are reading for SSC exam, and same book are you are reading for UPSC. So you must know the quality of question they will ask in UPSC, okay, as compared to SSC exam. So यूपीएससी स्टैंड को समझने के लिए पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर इज इंपॉर्टेंट. Keeps your preparation on track. If this is considered a very good source for mock test. Okay, continuously we are recommending to solve a mock test. So this is the best way of solving a past year question paper, and the standard mock test paper will be. Okay, so this will help you to keep your preparation on track. And if you are solving a past year question paper, UPSC question paper correctly, so this will boost your confidence. Not this that type of confidence will not build while solving a question for any of the institute. Okay, and if you are correctly solving the question of a UPSC question that already asked, then obviously this will boost your confidence. You will be know that now you are ready to face UPSC exam. You are ready to face prelims exam. Okay, you are no need to means demoralize, or you will be confident while sitting in examination hall. You will have energy. You have means some positive energy, positive feeling will be there. There will be no any fear in your mind. You will not anxiety, and whenever you will receive a question paper, you can solve it without any fear. Okay, so this will help you boost your confidence also. Repeated questions is one bonus part. Means you see questions are repeating. Not questions are repeating means they are repeating the topics again and again, or sometimes they using the same statement again and again. So this will again one important strategy while solving a past year question paper. Now there will be some recommendation for your next year exam. What you will do, read basic standard books. No need to read a multiple books. You when you will see will visit in a market, book market, you will see a multiple books are available for same topic, same subject. You read only standard books, follow good newspaper, okay, every day. Okay, internet, use your internet. Means if you have any problem, suppose you are one of the topic you are not able to understand, do Google it. Okay, Google it, find out the solution, try to know the more things about. Okay, have a keen person about the things going around you. Current affair you should be must be updated. For example, artificial intelligence. If you on nothing you should know about artificial intelligence, you Google it, find out what are the important area action means steps taken by the government of India regarding artificial intelligence. अभी इंडिया में artificial intelligence से क्या क्या एप्लीकेशन आया है और क्या क्या काम चल रहा है. ठीक है, ये सब जानना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि अगर ये प्रीलिम्स में क्वेश्चन नहीं भी आता है, so this will help you to write a good answer in your mains exam. Okay, that your means whatever time you will spend to doing this such type of research, that is not considered as a waste of your time. That will be a one benefit, and you will find the benefit in your either in your prelims exam, either in your mains exam, or either in your interview. कहीं ना कहीं आपको 3 stages exam में वो कहीं ना कहीं आपको जरूर help करेगा. इसलिए never think that you are doing a waste of time while doing such things. So only do a research on valid topics, that is already UPSC उस पे क्वेश्चन पूछ चुका है, और उस पे try to know more about the topics. Okay, read standard textbook, static subject, don't ignore NCERT. NCERT is very important. Okay, never ignore any subject complete to increase attemptability in the paper. Okay, both students what they are doing, they completely ignore environment, they completely ignore science and technology. They are saying that I will not read anything about science and technology, I will more focus on Indian polity, history, geography, economy, and then I will score good marks. So this is a blunder mistake you are doing. Okay, don't ignore any of this. Each and every subject is important, and believe me, UPSC not want to become a master in any of the subject. This is not that if you are expert in a science and technology, then you will able to score good marks, and then you will understand the science and technology. If you know basic things, basic NCERT, क्लास 10 तक सबने साइंस पढ़ा है ना, क्लास 10 के बाद ही आपका सब्जेक्ट चेंज होता है. You are maybe take arts, you become will be in a commerce, you will be in a science subject. So after class 10 you all have the same means level, you all are reading the same books, the same textbook. So UPSC is not asking any of the question beyond class 10. Till the class 10 standard level they are maintaining. For example, plant and animal cell, this is not the question of graduate level or class 11 12. This is the class 9 NCERT. You will find easily in class 9 NCERT. So that much information is required here. Okay, and appropriate studies should be avoid negative marking in tough questions and maximize your score by first easy ones and completing them. Whenever you are solving a mock test, okay, mock test जब भी आप solve करते हैं, to find out the educated guess, try to learn your mistake, that how you will able to find the correct one. If you are doing any guess, whether you are doing a guess correctly or not, whether you are means selecting a good answer, a correct answer or not. So this type of practice is required before going to write a prelims exam. That's why I'm recommending that you should at least solve 4,000 to 5,000 MCQs before your prelims exam. Solving 4,000 to 5,000 MCQ will help you. That will boost your confidence, and that will help you to means find out accuracy level. Okay, accuracy is very important. Means you can, if you are solving out of 100 question, you are solving 85 question. Then out of 85, try to do a mistake of only 5 question. At least 80 question, 75 to 80 question must be corrected. मस्ट बी अटेम्प्टेड करेक्टेड. अगर 85 में से आपने 40 गलत कर दिया, 45 ही सही किया, सो यू विल नॉट गोइंग टू अपीयर फॉर, नॉट एबल टू क्वालिफाई, बिकॉज आपका सारा मार्क्स नेगेटिव में चला जाएगा और आपका स्कोर बहुत ही कम हो जाएगा. दैट्स वाई एक्यूरेसी लेवल को स्ट्रॉन्ग करना है, सॉल्विंग लॉट ऑफ एमसीक्यू. यू हैव टू लर्न योर मिस्टेक्स. ओके, आपसे मिस्टेक्स से सीखना है, समझना है, एंड टू फाइंड आउट दिस सॉल्यूशन. So read questions carefully and use elimination technique wherever possible. Reading a question carefully is most of the students are doing mistake in exam because they are not reading question, they are not understanding the question. They are very hurry. They see only the word fundamental right. They consider, oh, I know fundamental right very well, so they just select the option. Read questions carefully and then you will able to find the solution. That one is the correct one. Okay, so this is all about the discussion about the last year prelims 2020. I hope this session will be a benefit for you for upcoming exam. So my best wishes for everyone, those who are going to appear for this year prelims exam. Okay, you prepare well and solve the past year question. Okay, any doubt, you can ask me a question. One of the student, Prasanna, very good, Prasanna, thanks for your feedback. Any doubt, you can ask me a question. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome, Richa. Okay, so we'll meet you in next session very soon. We'll announce our next session program very soon. Okay, thank you. All the best wishes. Thank you. Good night.